Hey, I'm an amateur. I have no problem admitting that. So,
It happens to everyone.
I hope
Waiting
this
in
thing
line
was
for your
good.
morning coffee, you scroll social media and news on your phone. What you find depresses you.
Why do people think what they do? Well, you can convince people of a lot of things if you have their ear all the time. So, here's who has the ear of the most connected, most influential, and most reasonable people on the planet. At least I think. I like to think that people that are doing what they're doing are reasonable. But it does seem that this year I'm being proven quite wrong. Okay, so this is an introduction to the Sustainable Development Goals.
Thousands of migrants are fleeing a civil war, risking their lives only to be turned back at borders. Speculations have sent the housing markets into a frenzy, and employment numbers are tumbling down. Journalists have uncovered a decades-long cover-up of child abuse by coaches and doctors within competitive gymnastics in your country. Closing the news app, you open your family group chat. Maybe one of your siblings has posted something funny, and at this rate, you could use some cheering up. The group chat has blown up overnight, and what you see makes your heart sink. Bushfires are raging again, and there's one burning only 2 suburbs over from where your cousins live. Everyone is frantic with worry. At this point, you walk away, coffee in hand, tense, miserable, and confused.
Yeah, everyone is worried, tense, miserable, and confused. But it's because the world's so confusing and there's so many scary things happening, and you should be really scared and confused and worried, and just let us tell you how it's all going to be from now on.
You think, this can't go on. Something needs to be done. Someone needs to step up. We need a plan to fix all this social injustice, economic chaos, and environmental destruction. This is where the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, come in. Fixing the kinds of problems that bring your entire day down in the morning coffee line can't happen in just one way.
So just to be clear, they're selling you comfort. First, they are pumping you full of fear, and they're selling you the placebo comfort, which is what they always wanted to sell you in the first place.
The SDGs cover sustainability from different angles: socially, economically, and environmentally. They set global goals for the 3 Ps: people, planet, and prosperity. The SDGs form the heart of the 2030 Agenda, an action plan adopted by all 193 countries of the United Nations. They call for decent jobs, quality education, good health, gender and income equality, clean energy and water, biodiversity, and climate action.
Okay, let's just go down that list there. Decent jobs. What's a decent job? Who gets to tell you what a decent job is? Do you get to decide yourself? Are you getting to decide anything yourself these days? What is a decent job, according to these people? Well, surely it's tied into the other different points in the agenda. Quality education. What does that mean? Well, we know that they're trying to tell people what to think and how to think, and that big tech and big pharma and big government are all coming together to tell you what's true. Every single day you're told, don't fall. Hey, there's a beam of light on my face. Great. Oh well, deal with it. Every single day we're told that we don't really know how to differentiate between what is true and what is not true, and we're told that we need all these fact checkers for everything that happens in reality. But what is it really? Really, it's gatekeeping. It's gatekeeping. It's a way to keep you from thinking impure thoughts. That's why this is dogmatic, right? So everything that comes from the power structure, everything that comes from these people that get together and they think they know everything, they're ideologues, and they're going to tell you what's true and what is not. But it's also based on knowing some things that they claim to have dominion or authority over, which is they know what a decent job is. They know what quality education is. They know what good health is, which comes at the end of a needle. They know what gender and income inequality can do to you if they don't have that kind of parity amongst all the people in society. And there's been plenty of talk like that. Joseph Stiglitz, former World Bank economist, I think World Bank, he wrote a book all about it, The Dangers of Inequality. And it was all about if some people have some money and some people don't have some money, well, then they have clashes and it leads to all this unrest. And so again, what are we doing right now? We're clamping down all society so that we can alleviate those potential clashes. I mean, that's what the Fourth Industrial Revolution is all about. If you listen to Charles Schwab, he will tell you the Fourth Industrial Revolution is to prepare for the inevitable future where people are going to be outmoded by technology. Technological unemployment is going to put so many people on the public dole that he doesn't say this in the book, but let's just tell you what it really means, right? So in this world, in this society, people had been contributing back in the form of taxes. And so people call it like tax farming. Governments do tax farming on their citizens. They basically take your money. You have to actually make money for them to tax you to take money. So if nobody's going to have any jobs, Where are they going to get the tax money from? I mean, we're having a preview of that now, aren't we? It seems like the government can spend money on whatever it wants. It's got a money tree. Money just grows on trees, and so they can throw money at taking everybody and sending them home. Here in Canada with CERB, y'all just stay home. We need to take care of this pandemic that's just so dangerous. It's unlike any pandemic ever before. It isn't. And we'll just throw as much money at it as we need to. And then while we're doing that, hey, look, we're going to also throw money at all these SDGs that we need to take care of. This is what Justin Trudeau meant when he said we're going to be able to further develop our commitment to the SDGs, the Agenda 2030 SDGs. We're going to do our part as Canadians and as a country in Canada to contribute to the SDGs. So what does that mean? That means top-down control economy, that they basically are going to tell you what is important, how your money is spent, this is your quality education, this is your decent job. Your decent job is going to be to work for the government in some way, shape, or form, or the large corporations that are going to be in cooperation, cohesively working together to bring stability for everything. But really, what is this? This is just a way to protect the system, to protect the superstructure of the very rich at the top that have investments, and they don't like all that kind of, they don't like, what's the word that I'm looking for? They don't like uncertainty. They don't like uncertainty in their system. They need to know that everything is going to continue to contribute back to the greater, again, cohesion of society. And they talk about it over and over and over again. Clean energy and water, obviously everybody wants that. Obviously everybody wants that. I mean, that's a no-brainer. We don't need government to tell us that we want clean energy and water, but they're going to tell us, hey, we're giving this to you, and the only way we can do it is by clamping down on you and telling you what you can have and what you can't. Are they right? I mean, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. It's easier to plan things if you have definitive kind of inputs into the way that you're trying to judge society, and that's what unfortunately big government always wants. It always wants more and more power because it believes that if it has power, it can construct your life for you in a way that's going to be amenable to comfort. Okay, so they're selling you comfort. Biodiversity, of course we want that. Climate action, of course we all want that. But I think a lot of people really conflate the idea of climate change and pollution.